What's up everybody, you're very welcome along to this West Brom preview video here on Anfield Agenda. I'm recording this on Friday, the night after the Reds went to Old Trafford and beat Manchester United by 4-2 to keep alive our Champions League dreams for next season. And look, who would have thought that we'd still be in this position? The amount of points that we've thrown away this season, it is somewhat of a miracle, but we have to get the last 3 games sorted. We need maximum points from them. And look, I'll be honest about it, it wouldn't hurt if we threw a few extra goals in as well along the way. But most importantly, 1 game at a time, 3 points at a time, and we'll see what happens on Tuesday between Leicester and Chelsea in that game as well. So look, I'm going to take you through, as always, my predicted score, my starting 11 predictions, and then we'll have a little chat with Leon from Boyle Sports as well towards the end of the video. What have West Brom got to play for? Well, we know that they're relegated, but that being said, their players are going to want to put themselves in the shop window and potentially manoeuvre a move away from West Brom, or maybe they want to put themselves in the manager's thoughts for next season. We can't take this game lightly. We can't think to ourselves that we've done the hard work last night at Old Trafford and it's all plain sailing from this point in. West Brom is going to be a difficult enough game. Yes, on paper we should be beating them, but football isn't played on paper. And then, of course, next Wednesday we go to Burnley, where they'll have a crowd back inside the stadium. So that's not going to be a walk in the park either. But that being said, our 3 fixtures remaining aren't the worst fixtures in the world, and we are capable of getting 9 points from 9. Let's start off with this one though, and I'm going to give you my score prediction for this game. With the pressure being off West Brom a little bit, this is what I'm going for. A 3-1 win for the Reds. Hopefully it's 3-0 or 4-0, but you know, West Brom are at home. They're coming against I would say the champions, but we are no longer the champions, but last season's champions, and maybe they want to lay down a marker. As I said, there's nothing Sam Allardyce likes more than to get one over on Liverpool. But that being said, I can't see any trouble for us really. If we show up, if we play even at 70%, the way we played against Manchester United last night, then, you know, they have some players like Pereira who's very good, but all in all, we should be going to the Hawthorns and leaving there with 3 points, which is why I've gone for that 3-1 scoreline. Now, to the fun part of the video, my predicted 11. I'll talk you through it as always, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just switch up the image. Right, here you go. Here's my predicted 11. And by predicted, I mean what I would put on the park. I keep needing to make this clear. I don't think this is the 11 Klopp will go with. This is the 11 that I will go with. Alisson obviously in goal. Trent, after his man of the match performance last night, obviously keeps his place at right back. And Robbo at left back. It looks like Kabak and that won't be available for this game again, although nothing has been absolutely set in stone yet. As I am recording this, it is on the day of Klopp's press conference, and it looks like there might be still some niggly injuries, so why not stick with Reece Williams and Nat Phillips? They've kept a pretty reasonable, decent spell at the back, I think, for somebody who many people believe in. Reece Williams isn't the fastest centre-back in the league and still a young lad developing, but you know, why not? Just keep... I don't like really changing up a winning team too much, and look, let's be honest about it, we don't really have many other options either. Ben Davies, does he exist? I don't know. Kabak is injured. I don't know how long he's out for. Some good news on that front as well with regards to the centre-back situation. You've probably seen it earlier on in the day. That deal for Canada is edging closer and closer and closer. We spoke about it before, so he will be another option for the gaffer next year. But right now, Robertson, Williams, Phillips and Trent. That's my back four with Alisson in goal. I won't lie, by the way, folks. Alisson made me nervous at times last night, particularly messing around with the ball at the back at times and some iffy passing, but one-on-one, he's still a fantastic goalkeeper. And look, he's had a bit of a mixed week, hasn't he? You know, he's had a bit of a dodgy game against United at times, and then, well, is dodgy the right word? Maybe I'm being really critical of him there, but he put my heart in my mouth, shall I say, at times. But he also did have a brand new baby brought into the world by his good lady wife, and congratulations on them both on that one. Moving into midfield then, the only change I would make is I would rest Gini Wijnaldum, or maybe rotate Gini Wijnaldum to bring in Curtis Jones. Gini, in fairness to him, was brilliant at Old Trafford last night. In fact, I think our entire midfield was brilliant, and that all anchors around the fantastic Fabinho. So Fabinho, Thiago and Curtis Jones are the trio that I personally like to see in midfield for this game. And then up top, the big decision. I don't want to change the front three after the performance they put in against United. I understand there probably will be a change because the short turnaround between Thursday and Sunday, but maybe a little bit of this is my own petulance in the way Sadio Mane didn't high-five or didn't acknowledge his manager really yesterday after the game and Klopp went up to him. And I think maybe it would remind him who's in charge to start him on the bench again. But maybe I'm being a little bit petty there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I just thought it was a bit disrespectful towards the manager. I love Sadio Mane. He himself has admitted it hasn't been his best season, so with the way the lads played last night, I'd like to see them stay and keep their place for this game, but I can understand if Klopp does sub Sadio Mane in and give one of the lads a rest, maybe Diogo Jota, but for my team, I'm going with Jota, Firmino and Mohamed Salah. That's what I'm going to go with for my starting 11. I did catch up with Leon from Boyle Sports a little bit earlier on in the day. Let's go over now and see what Leon has to say around the game. How great is it, Leon, to be having a chat this week on a positive front?
Yeah, Craig, it's brilliant. I think we all needed it. The players needed it. Management needed it. The whole club needed it. Look, we beat Southampton, but I think everyone knew this was the game. This was the one that really was going to matter. The way the results had fallen for us, Arsenal doing us a massive favour beating Chelsea. I don't think anyone could have saw that coming.
Nope.
But we stood up to the task last night. We really did. Look, we could have been 1 down, sloppy pass from Ali. They missed their chance. They went 1-0 up. But we showed plenty of balls last night, plenty of character. Big men stood up on the big occasion when, let's be realistic about it, we have 4 cup finals. We've won our first one. We've got 3 left. But we all felt that this Man United game, and let's call it as it is, Man United tried everything in their power to deny Liverpool Football Club qualify for next season's Champions League. And we gave it to them in socks, in spades. We could have scored 6. We could have scored 7. Jurgen's first win at Old Trafford when it mattered really the most. It really mattered last night, and delighted for the overall team performance. We could have dropped our heads 1-0 down. We really could have. We could have dropped our heads not getting a clear-cut penalty under the rules of today, but we didn't. We showed fight. We showed determination. And it's the first time in a long time, even against Southampton, there was plenty of opportunities for the Saints in that game, and we rode our luck on numerous occasions. But last night, we thoroughly deserved the 3 points. But more and even importantly was the level of the performance. If we can take that from now till the end of the season, Craig, we've got 9 points to play for. We need the 9 points. But if we get 9, we're going to be in the Champions League next year.
Yeah, it was great to see the manager have the bravery to stick with young Reece Williams and to put Fabinho in midfield, because it made the world of difference yesterday. We seen the best of Thiago. And look, I was questioning Gini ahead of the game because he's leaving and all, but he put in a damn fine shift.
Oh, Gini stood up. Gini stood up. And look, you're right in terms of the question marks that you've had. I think many Liverpool fans have kind of had it over the last maybe half a dozen games. But what he's done in his career at Liverpool has been sensational. So Gini Wijnaldum will leave Liverpool Football Club. If that happens, it's looking likely. But when and if he does, he'll leave with my blessing. And I'm sure he'll leave with a lot of Liverpool's fans' blessing, because he's put in Trojan work for that red shirt. He's never injured. He always plays. He's been one of the most reliable players we've ever had under Jurgen Klopp. And I don't say that lightly. He really has been a stalwart. But Reece Williams, imagine being a young kid and imagine getting that vote of confidence. And even when you go 1-0 down, to show that maturity. Yes, there were times when United got through. They got through for the second goal. But that's going to happen. You know, this is all about learning to become a professional footballer at the top level. I don't know whether he's going to get to the top level, but certainly for a young guy to show the maturity that he showed last night, great for him. And what about Trent Alexander-Arnold? I mean, when that statistic came up on the screen last night, I think there were 6 or 7 different stats, and he rated first in every single one of them. But the most important one, Craig, tackles won. And people question this guy's defensive capabilities. There's not many defenders get rated #1 for tackles won if they're a bad defender, let me tell you. It's because of his attacking prowess, his flair down that line, his dead ball, his ball on the move, his taking on players. The kid has got the lot, and I'm so happy he's with Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah, it was great to see Gareth Southgate sitting in the stand as well, watching it unfold, seeing Trent show what he did. And do you know what I thought was hilarious? We'll move on to West Brom in a sec, but let's gloat about this for a minute. You know what I thought was hilarious? Gary Neville trying to use Maguire being out as an excuse, as if we haven't had 3 centre-backs out for most of the season.
Look, I'm not just going to say this, but I'm looking at, in terms of, I don't want to say this just saying Man United, we're going to put them down a little bit, but I just looked at last night. And some people can say all this, it didn't matter to Man U, really. Anytime Liverpool play Manchester United, it matters. It matters to every single person connected with both football clubs. It's the biggest rivalry in English football. Yes, it's been between Liverpool and City for the last couple of league titles, but when Liverpool play Man U, it matters. It matters an awful lot. And I just saw something in Man United last night. They will probably finish second, but I don't think they're near winning a Premier League title. And I think Liverpool, when they get all their players back next season, I think Chelsea, who will strengthen in the summer, Manchester City will also add to their squad in the summer. Those three squads, in my opinion, are better than the Manchester United squad.
I guess time will tell. I mean, I'm with you. I think they're going to finish the season maybe a handful of points better off than they did last year. Well, I think they finished on 69 points, if my memory's right. So that remains to be seen, I suppose. But we're off to the Hawthorns on Sunday for a game that on paper looks winnable, but we know Sam Allardyce loves to throw a spanner in the works when it comes to Liverpool. So how are you feeling ahead of this one?
I'm feeling confident that we can get the required victory. We owe West Brom one. We really do. They beat us 1-0 at Anfield. So we certainly owe them a bit of a sweet revenge, I hope. And I'm just looking at Liverpool, though. That was a big game on Thursday night. Saudio wasn't happy because he didn't start. And I don't mind that because he wants to play. You know, like that shows me that he cares. Okay, he didn't shake Jurgen's hand, whatever. He walked off the pitch. I'm sure Saudio will be fine come the weekend. But it's a big decision for Jurgen. What does he do with the front three? Jota scored, Bobby got 2, and Salah scored. How can you drop one of those players? Will he go and play the 4 of them against West Brom? Will he just play with 2 in the middle of the park? I personally think it doesn't matter who he sets up. I think Liverpool are going to win this game, Craig. They haven't kept many clean sheets at home, which is a good thing. Our form on the road is the reason why we've got a chance of finishing in the top 4. We have had some big wins on the road, even when our form wasn't at its peak. We've now got back-to-back away games, and then we've got Palace at home when we'll have some Reds back at Anfield. And I think Mohamed Salah, to me last night, Craig, the way he celebrated that 4th goal, it kind of allayed and got rid of a lot of my fears about him. I think he loves this club. I think his record over 4 years has been nothing short of sensational. To get 20-plus goals a season, to keep this side going, because Bobby and Mane haven't had their best seasons by a long way. Diogo was very unfortunate with a bad injury when he was absolutely on fire. But Mo Salah has kept Liverpool Football Club in the race for top 4. He's level on goals with Harry Kane. And you know how competitive Mo is. He wants to finish top scorer in the Premier League. So for me, it's Mo to score first tomorrow and Liverpool to win with a couple of goals to spare. I'm really excited about this game, Craig, because they've got to be going home after that victory against Manchester United, full of confidence, full of ambition to play these 3 cup finals and get us 9 points and get us back into the Champions League where we belong.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard what Leon's had to say. You've heard his betting tips. You heard what I've had to say. Now it's over to you guys. Let me know your score prediction in the comment section below. Let me know your starting 11 as well. And most importantly, let me know, do you believe that Liverpool can actually go and win these last 3 games and end the season on somewhat of a high? Because I won't lie to you, over the past few months, my belief that we're going to get Champions League football has dwindled and dwindled. But after last night, I'm fully back on board that ship. So, as always, I hope that you're all well. Love to know your thoughts ahead of this game. Thank you to Leon as well and Boyle Sports, of course, as always. But most importantly, thank you to you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to have your notifications turned on. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already and drop a like on the video. I'll be back on Monday for another preview ahead of the Burnley game coming up next Wednesday. We'll have lots of stuff coming up over the weekend as well. That's why I tell you to make sure you have those notifications on. You never know when something happens in football, and we like to go live straight away when it does. Have a good weekend, folks, and hopefully I'll chat to you on Sunday. I'll be starting my watch along of the game from 4 PM, 30 minutes before kick-off. Hope to see you here for that one. Have a great weekend, take care, and up the Reds.